The amount of randomness I have in my head has gone from like to this random. And with the amount of clarity that I have, I understand that this is still too random, and I will be even happier as I get more clear. There was a time when I was so in love with all of the ideas in my head, all of the potentials out in the world. The idea of trimming those away and finding just one sounded like I would be forcing myself through this awful slog. I did not make any of this progress by following any of the advice on YouTube. If you search something like I have too many ideas in my head, what you're going to find is people telling you to write out all of your ideas, write out all of your skills, do an Ikigai chart, do an Ikigai quiz, and then just pick something and commit to it. What I hate about this is that these people are literally talking to you like you are an idiot. Like it's never occurred to you before to write out all of the ideas and then try to pick something. This is the most simple process ever. What they don't understand is that their mind and your mind is different. Yours is really disorganized. It is low coherence, which in neurobiology terms literally means all of the energy and information is really disorganized and not communicating well, which is why it is so hard for you to figure out the thing that you want to be doing. If you have a lot of ideas in your head, you have a high amount of entropy, which is the measure of chaos in an environment. This might sound weird, but the amount of chaos in our head is actually higher because our mind is so constrained by the millions of made up rules of society that we are trying to live by, including trying to force ourselves to choose and execute our decisions based on what random people on the internet are telling us who do not understand what it's like to have a chaotic mind. I understand the chaotic mind because I have autism and ADHD and a history of trauma. And also, I've discovered a point of mental clarity that is even better than when I was on ADHD medication. Most people don't understand that human beings don't learn and change their behavior just by gathering information. If they did, then with the number of YouTube videos online about how people become millionaires, we would all be millionaires right now, but we're not. That's because we need to take action and trial and error how we believe things work. Through that experience, we learn to do and see the world differently. You can live a life of purposeful creation, meaning that the projects you do have deep meaning because they are connected to clear values that you hold inside of you, and the project is bringing into the world something that you believe makes it a better place. Doing that requires sweeping a lot of the garbage out of your head so that you can be mentally clear on what your values are, on what you want to bring into the world, and on how you want to do that. One of the easiest ways to start clearing out that mental garbage is to give yourself permission to just start letting it out, because until you do, it's impossible to tell which ideas are garbage and which ones are golden. In your mind, they're all on the same level. You're not ever going to be able to pick just one thing out of a hat and go do that for the rest of your life. Right now, you're either doing nothing or you're doing things in a very scattered and chaotic way and probably struggling to finish anything. So what you're going to do instead is a breadcrumb blueprint. This means you're going to give yourself permission to release entropy, to let off the steam and the chaos and express your project curiosities in an intentional manner. Get yourself a piece of paper or open up a Word document and write this down. The first thing you're going to do is just make a list of every single project and idea and pursuit that you are curious about. You're not going to try to pursue any of these as a life goal. Everything on this list that you want to, you're going to turn into a one-off project. If you're interested in print on demand, instead of jumping into the business, design and print one product for yourself or as a gift for somebody else. If you think you really want to make it as a handmade crafter, set the project that you're going to sign up for one show in your community. You're basically giving yourself a taste test in everything. You're going to do one of these projects at a time from start to finish before you start the next one. Now go through the list and ask yourself, if you taste tested each of these as a single one-off project, how many hours do you think it would take you to complete that project? Be very conservative with the guess you make. How many hours a day are you going to work on your project? How many days a week? Write that down. And when. Time block that for the morning or the evening. If you're struggling to keep it in your schedule, look at what situation is causing your project time block to fail and make a solution to adjust that. Give yourself permission to do this breadcrumb blueprint for the next 3 months of your life. I did it for 8 months. Over the next 3 months, you will get a lot more done through the breadcrumb blueprint than you ever would have through scattered projects or through trying to hold it all in until you pick the right thing. If you don't know what project to pick first, go through the list and look for time-bound seasonal projects, things you want to do for friends or family, renovations for around your house, something that already has an external pressure on it. consider doing those ones first. Go through your list and put a star beside anything that you feel like you should do or would be really smart for doing. Then go through your list again and put a triangle beside any of your desires that are based on random things you were looking at on the internet. Pick a budget. This one is kind of hard because you're literally making a budget up out of thin air, but having some budget to hold yourself to will make you more aware of your spending decisions. If you don't have a budget, in the moment, it's going to be a lot easier for you to justify expenses that you will later regret. Commit that while you are doing your breadcrumb blueprint, you will not look at any videos, articles, reels, or texts that come across your screen with a new project, a new renovation, a new idea for you to pursue. Only look up content that is directly related to the project you are working on right now. Put this sheet of paper up on your wall. Make it your phone lock screen and home screen, your desktop home screen. Put it on your bedroom wall. Make it hard to forget that this is what you are committed to. After your 3-month period is done of just giving yourself permission to do projects without feeling guilty about it, you're going to have a lot of breadcrumbs. You can look back at everything you were doing, and you're not just looking at what did I enjoy or not enjoy, but you can find patterns. I'm nearing giving myself a year to do whatever I want. And when I look back at all the projects, I can see that subconsciously, the things I got lost in because I wasn't setting them as a project I was trying to commit were things that I thought I should be doing because I thought they would be more justifiable because they could make me money, but all I ended up doing instead was wasting a lot of money because I didn't have a budget. Now that's gotten me to a place where I understand that generally when it comes down to picking between two projects, for me, the project that I think I should do is generally the exact project that I should not do. Your creativity is not a gift if it's an overgrown garden. Your creativity is a gift when you know which plants are actually weeds, you pull them and you prune and care for the prize plants in your garden. If anything I said brought you mental clarity, please comment and let me know what the aha moment was for you.